Should I sit in this chair? Like, wonder how this would look. Now you can't see my head. Hi, I'm Brittany and welcome to my channel. I've been wanting to do a YouTube channel for a long time now. So I kind of just want to start off by introducing myself a little bit, kind of like making a video of who I am and, you know, introducing myself. Maybe I should like write a song like in Camp Rock, like introducing me, do 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 do. Just kidding, I'm not gonna do that. Anyways, I'm back home with my parents in Pennsylvania right now. This is not my place. I'm actually in my niece's room right now. So it's really messy and like the lighting's terrible and I know that. So just bear with me for this video. I just wanted to take it real quick, you know, like make a video. You know, finally just jump in and do it. Oh, there's my cat Snicky. Do 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 introducing me. So I'll get into like the big part of my life. Well, I don't even want to call it the big part of my life. It's a small part of my life, okay? Because I am more than this thing that has happened to me, okay? But first, I want to tell you who I really am as a person, because what I'm going through right now, or what I've been through, that does not define me. So I want you to get to know me as me and not this thing that I'm about to tell you. Because this is not, the thing I'm about to tell you is not all of me. It's just a little part of me. I'm going to tell you little facts about me and things that I enjoy and my favorites of things. So, I don't know where to start. This is awkward and I'm awkward. So that's fact number one. I am awkward. I like dogs a lot. Basic, I know. Anyways, I like dogs a lot. I have a dog. He's a terrier mix. His name is Buck and I love him so much. He's my fur baby and I'm obsessed with him. Oh, I'm playing with my niece's like little lettering board thing here, just so you know. No, I'm from Scranton, Pennsylvania. I don't currently live here anymore. I moved to Orlando, Florida about a year and a half ago. I moved to Orlando, Florida because I just always wanted to live there and I always wanted to work at Universal Studios, which I work there. I'm a forest ranger at ET. I save the green planet on the daily. So come see a girl. So when I first moved down, I lived in Port Orange and I was about 10 minutes away from Daytona Beach and, you know, about 20 from like New Smyrna. So I lived by the beach and now I'm more near Orlando area because I work at Universal Studios and that was a drive. But yeah, so in fact, I like the beach. I love random beach adventures and the ocean because I feel like it's really healing and it just always makes me feel better and, you know, just really like the ocean. I really like going on hikes and random adventures and just spur of the moments like get up and go type things. I'm an all kind of in type of person, so when I do something, I go all in because what's the point of doing something if you're only going to do it halfway, right? So I like to go all in and, you know, dive right in. My favorite animal is a narwhal, and if you don't know what a narwhal is, then who are you? Like, don't look up a narwhal. They're the unicorn of the sea. Oh, I have, how many tattoos do I have now? I have 7 tattoos. I have this little heart here. I got it with my mother about a month ago. It's a heart with the infinity sign. We got it because when I was little, she used to write me notes and then she used to sign at the bottom that said, "Love, Mom," and then she would put the heart with the infinity sign. So she drew mine and I drew hers, so we got matching tattoos on our wrists. I have, whoa, I got this 3 little birds. And I'll talk about why I got that later. And then I have the eating disorder, like symbol, I guess, sign, and it says beautiful. Because I indeed had an eating disorder in high school. I have a pineapple that I got with my best friend, Amber, on my ankle. I don't know if you can see that. And I know you're watching this, Amber, so hi. I have, this is a lot. I'll just make a different video on this because like, I'd have to get like naked. I'd have to like, yeah, I'm wearing a sweater, so that's just too hard. So those are some of the tattoos I have, but I have 7. Yeah. Let's see. My favorite color is yellow because it's bright and happy, and I'm bright and happy. Yeah. I live with my best friend slash roommate in Florida. She's the best. She's probably watching this now, and she's probably hears me right now because she's in my room napping. She just threw up. She's not feeling well. And I'm in here making a YouTube video. What a great friend. I really like pancakes. I could eat pancakes for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I like Denny's more than IHOP. Yeah, so that's a little bit about me and who I am. I whip out my finger guns a lot, by the way. Boop, boop, boop. Let me talk about that part that I was talking about, the part of my life. Alright, when I was 18, it was February of 2015. I felt a lump in my right breast, and my mom made me a doctor appointment, and we didn't really think anything of it because like I was so young, so I went. I had an ultrasound and a mammogram done, and the breast specialist that I saw said, you know, there's a mass, but quote for quote, you're 18 and 18-year-olds don't get breast cancer. She sent me home. I said, okay. And then in May of 2015, I realized like, whoa, okay, this lump is huge now. This is not normal. So I went back. My mom made me another doctor appointment, and I went back, and on May 5th I had another ultrasound and another mammogram done, and this time in the ultrasound and the mammogram it showed that there was 4 other friends that have grown in that time, and my nipple was now inverted, so they decided to do a biopsy. And then the very next day, on May 6th, 2015, a day that changed my life forever. I got a call to come in. My boyfriend at the time came with me. I got to the hospital. The breast specialist, she sat me down and she looked at me and she put her hand on my leg and said, "You have breast cancer." Now, she was still talking, and I have no idea what she was even saying to me because I was trying to wrap my head around what she was saying, so that's all a blur. I have no idea. And I remember just like looking up at my boyfriend at the time, and he started crying, and then I started crying, and then we had to call my mom to come up. And I remember I told my mom over the phone. I called her and I told her she had to get to the hospital because I was like, I have breast cancer. I remember her voice breaking, and she was like, "What?" And then she came, and she went to the wrong hospital at first because she was so out of it. I mean, her daughter just told her she had cancer. So she went to the wrong hospital, and then she had to quickly come to the right hospital. And that same day, they were like, "Yep, we're going to remove your breasts too." So, bam! Like, you have cancer and we're going to remove your breasts. Great. No, we went home, and I was digesting all this, and I'm like, what the f***? I have cancer? Like, I was 18, I had no idea what cancer was. Okay, I had to stop filming for a second and gather my thoughts. Okay, so I remember the day after I was diagnosed, I remember waking up to a doctor calling me and thinking, so it starts now, 7 o'clock in the morning, first doctor appointment. The rest of the week, it was just all doctor appointments. And then I got a call that Friday saying, "Hey, we scheduled your surgery, you're having a double mastectomy next week." I didn't even know that it was scheduled. They were just calling to confirm it. I was like, okay, I guess. Like, I just went with it. I didn't know. And it ended up being the day of my senior prom. So I didn't get to go to my prom. It was fine. My best friend visited me. But, yeah, May 14th, I had my breasts removed, which was insane because I was 18. And, you know, when you're 18, your image is everything to you. I remember waking up in the hospital, and when he was taking my bandages off, I remember being scared to look at myself. I remember the first time looking down and just like, I literally felt nauseous and sick to my stomach when I looked at it, just because my breasts once were there and now they're gone. And I was 18. I was young. I didn't even have them that long and they were gone. So then they were like, all right, you're cancer free. So I was like, all right, it's worth it then. It's fine. My life is more important. So then, about a month later, they gave me a PET scan. And the PET scan showed that it had already metastasized, so I was not cancer free. It had metastasized to my bones, meaning it has spread. So it is now in my bones and my liver. Now that's a whole new ball game from there. So I needed chemotherapy, which I did it. 6 rounds, baby. And luckily I didn't need radiation. So I just did, I did my chemo. I was bald, I went through all that stuff. And then I get the call. After my next PET scan, I was actually at a high school pink out football game, and I get the call from my oncologist saying, "You're Ned, there's no evidence of disease in your body." So we celebrated. I was Ned. There was no evidence of disease in my body, and she said, "You can stop now. You can stop chemo," because I was supposed to have 12 treatments, but I had 6. I still had to remain on a pill called tamoxifen. Once a day, I would take it, 20 milligrams, and then once every 3 weeks, I would go and get Herceptin and Perjeta, which is a maintenance treatment, which would go right here. It's an infusion. I have a port right here. I have a dual port. So I would go once every 3 weeks to get an infusion. And it didn't really make me sick or anything like that, so I was fine with it. Oh, this was October of 2016. Nope. October of 2015 that I was Ned. So yay! Fast forward, October 2016. I have this one small headache while I was at one of my maintenance treatments. Just like, how everyone gets one, a headache every once in a while. That's what I had, and I just mentioned it to my nurse, and she mentioned it to my doctor. My doctor was like, "Hey, let's check your head. Why not, right?" And I was like, "Okay." Wasn't expecting anything. So I have my brain MRI. That same night, my oncologist calls me. Well, he calls my mom while I'm out shoe shopping. So at this point in my time, I am working full-time. I am in school full-time. And I had just gotten the keys to my apartment this day with my best friend, Amber. Okay? Things were amazing. The best that they could be. So I thought. I just got the keys to my apartment. I was like, "Hey, let's go shoe shopping." So we went shoe shopping. I was in the mall looking at shoes. I get a call from my mom. "Brittany, come home." "Why, what's wrong?" "Just come home, I need to tell you something." My thought was, oh my God, something happened to my grandma. So I was like, "Is there something wrong with grandma? Please tell me right now, I need to know." That's what I said to her. And she told me over the phone, she goes, "You have cancer in your brain." I just felt numb when I heard that. I just put the shoe down. I didn't say anything to my friends. I just walked right out of the store, not saying anything. Just, everything in my brain was just racing. Like, I didn't know. I was like, why? Like, how? Like, I'm Ned, So my friends catch up with me, and I tell them, and I did this thing when I was first diagnosed. I said to myself, I'm going to give myself one day to be sad. So I'm going to get all my feelings out today. Every single little thing. And then after that, I'm going to be okay. Because why, keep feeling the same feeling over and over again if it doesn't make you feel good? So I did the same thing with this. But I tried. I gave myself a few more days. Because I felt everything that night. Every single emotion that you can think of, I felt that night. And then the next day, I wanted to be okay, but I remember I had to get this mask fitted to my face, and it was so scary. It was scary, and I did not like it. But because I was supposed to have full brain radiation. That's so scary. I can't imagine that. I really cannot imagine that. The day that I had the mask fitted, my radiologist said, hey, I'm literally talking to a team of doctors about this so we could figure out your best treatment option. Thank you so much, by the way. So we talked to the team of doctors. He called me the next day after that saying, hey, we're not doing full brain radiation. We're doing this thing called Gamma Knife in Philadelphia, and it's just basically a high intense dose of radiation to a targeted, because I only had I had 7 tumors the first time in my brain, and they were a little bit bigger, but we were able to use Gamma Knife. So that's what we did. We did a Gamma Knife treatment, and then my next scan showed that the treatment worked, and they shrunk, and then eventually they were gone. So yay! But a month later, 2 months later, in December, after I was diagnosed with the brain mets, I had a PET scan that showed it was back in my body. So I had progression again. So my treatment for my body was no longer working for me. But at this point, honestly, I was like, whatever, I can do it. It's fine. Like, I wasn't even like scared or anything. I was like, all right, I could do this. Like, I've done so much already. Let's do it again. So we switched my treatment to Kadcyla, which I also get once every 3 weeks through an infusion right here. And yay, it could, just a possibility that it passes the blood-brain barrier, because my old treatment did not. It did not pass the blood-brain barrier. So, you know what? The universe knows what's up. The universe knows what's best. Okay. Oh, also, I want to mention, all through this, I've been doing like holistic things. Like, I was getting Reiki done. Oh, that's a fact that I could say. I'm Reiki certified. Anyways, I was getting Reiki done. I was doing meditation. I was eating healthy. I was vegan for a while. I was just thinking good thoughts and like being happy and just living my truth. So all through this, I was doing all that to heal myself. So I wasn't just doing, you know, the chemo and all the stuff that the doctors were telling me to do, but I was doing all the other things too. Oh, and I said I was working full time. I quit that job because I worked at Wendy's for 5 years and I hated it. And I realized, why am I working a job that I hate? That's not how you want to spend your life. So I quit. And then you know what I did? And then I moved to Florida with no money. Because that's who I am as a person. Anyways, yeah, so I moved to Florida. And then I got a job at Universal Studios. And things were amazing. Again. I lived right by the beach, so I was going to the beach all the time. I was, you know, spending time in the ocean and just like loving life so much. And then October came around of 2017. This is just a bad year, or a bad month. Anyways, October 2017 came around. I did Halloween Horror Nights and I worked myself so much. Like, Halloween Horror Nights is like a lot on your body to work, but I did it. And then, what do you think happened next? I had a brain MRI that showed I had tumors in my brain again. And again, I was like, what is this? I wasn't really scared, I guess, that I had tumors in my brain. At this point, I was more annoyed. I was like, I have to do Gamma Knife again. Why? I did not want to. I was scared of the procedure, I guess, more than anything. I did not want to have that metal frame put on my head again. So I cried. And I felt every single little thing that I could. Again. And then I got over it. And then my next brain MRI showed nothing. It was all good again. It was clear. But let's just get back to October of now. October 2018. At this point, I had Gamma Knife done 3 times. And I switched my treatment once. Okay. So October 2018. These October dates, they don't treat me very well. October is not a good month. It's my favorite month, but not medically. October, I had a PET scan that showed progression in my body. Man, did I cry. Because, again, I was so happy. Everything in my life was perfect, so I thought. What I realized, there's a pattern in every single one of these times that I have progression in my body. I overwork myself. I started doing Halloween Horror Nights again for the second year in a row. So I was literally working overtime. Like, the one week I worked 49 hours. That's a lot. Especially when you're on like the chemo, that's a lot. And I was doing it. And I wasn't making time for myself. Again. So that's the pattern here. Every year, every time I have progression, I realize I'm not eating my best. I'm not making time for myself. I'm not doing meditation, and I'm not using Reiki on myself. I always just keep falling back into these patterns. And also, I stopped taking my tamoxifen pill. And like, I was fine because it was for 7 months. I had a PET scan after I stopped taking that for a few months, and it was fine. But I'm guessing the not taking the pill and also not taking my time and doing things that make me happy. So a combination of those two things made my cancer come back. So it was kind of like a wake-up call. Like, hey, girl, what are you doing? That's how I take it. So I let my doctor know. I was like, hey, because they were going to switch my treatment. And I was really scared because I did not want to switch my treatment. I did not want new side effects. And that's the scariest part. Like, I'm not scared of the cancer, okay? Let's get that out there right now. I'm not scared of it. Because I have this feeling inside of me, and I like to call it love, because I don't know what else to call it. So I have this feeling of love inside of me, and I just know that everything's okay. Like, no matter what, everything's going to be okay. And I'm going to live a long, long time. I'm going to live a long life, okay? Universe, I'm telling you that now. I'm living a long life. And you know what? Sometimes I may have to go through some crappy things, and that's okay. I get it. It's fine. The universe has to slap me sometimes, like, hey, get back to what you're supposed to be doing. I'm not scared of, like, cancer. I'm scared of the treatments, because I don't want to be on a treatment that's going to affect my everyday life. Because I want to live. I want to really live. I want to live my best life possible. And I can't do that if I'm on a treatment that makes me feel sick all the time. Anyways, so I cried about that, and I let my doctor know. I was like, hey, I stopped taking tamoxifen. So he talked to a team of doctors, because I have a doctor in I have an oncologist in New York and an oncologist in Pennsylvania and one in Florida. So all three of them talked, and they all decided I will stay on the same treatment. I just have to take my pill. So what am I doing now? I'm taking my pill, and I'm loving myself so much. I am living my truth, and I'm not letting my fears get in the way of anything, and I'm just taking time for myself, and I'm just healing and living out my dreams. Well, I'm attempting to, so we'll see how it all goes. It's gonna be great. So, and I'm only working 2 days a week now. I went down to 2 days a week. I'm just trying to live my life. And I just want to give a shout out to my friend Vincent and Kyle, because the day that I found out that my cancer was back in my body, I texted my friend Vincent. I'm like, hey, like, I really needed an adventure. I'm like, I just got the news that my cancer's back. And you know what? He's like, I got you. And then it goes 3 days later, 2 or 3 days later, we went on a road trip to Atlanta, Georgia, and it was what I needed. It was so much fun, and that's what I say. If you're ever sad or whatever, just going through some stuff, just go do something that's going to make you happy. Go on an adventure. Just do whatever fills you up. It'll make you feel better. I promise you so much it will make you feel better. Anyways, I got off track. Yeah. So everything happened to my body, and we decided that I was going to stay in the same treatment. And then, same month, in October, I fly to Philadelphia to have my brain MRI, and I just knew. I knew in my gut that it wasn't going to be good, just because I wasn't treating myself and my body the way I should have been, you know? I have the brain MRI. You have a small tumor. 2 millimeters. Very tiny. But I need Gamma Knife again. And it's weird because I stayed at peace. Like, when she told me that, I was fine. I was like, okay. Of course, I was like, oh, I have to do Gamma Knife again. But I wasn't even scared. I've been through it 3 times. This isn't my first rodeo. I've done it before. So it was fine. And now here I am. It's, what day is it? December 20th. And tomorrow I will have my 4th Gamma Knife treatment. And guess what? I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. But I just want to like leave this on like a positive note. Like I just want everyone to know I am not cancer. I am not what happened to me. I do not let that define me. That is not who I am. That's not all I am. I am Brittany Beadle. I am happy and I'm healthy and I feel good and I don't know. I'm me. I'm an experience. I'm here experiencing life, okay? And that's what I'm here to do. And I'm not gonna let anything like this get in the way, okay? So I'm gonna be here for the long run. And I really hope you guys join me along the way and like watch everything because I'm gonna vlog it all, you know? I hope that someone watches my videos and they're like, oh, if she can do that, then I can go do this. I can get through whatever I'm going through. That's what I want you guys to take away from this, okay? That's why I'm gonna vlog my life pretty much and hopefully it helps someone. I'm gonna vlog the good, the bad, everything. Like my friends, they're really funny, so I'm gonna make weird vlogs of that. Or when I'm doing treatments, or if anything, I'm just gonna vlog whatever I want to. It's my channel and I can do whatever I want, right? So yeah. Oh, here comes my niece, so you're gonna meet her. Hey baby, come on in. I'm an aunt to this lovely, beautiful girl. What's your name? Go ahead, what's your name?
Carla.
Her name is Rosie May.
No, Carla.
Carla's my mom. Who do you got here?
Rapunzel.
You got Rapunzel, and who else? Who's this?
Wipe off.
Okay.
Is that his name? Wipe Off?
His name is Wipe Off.
Telling Britt when she's ready.